Welcome back. Wolves striker Chris Iwelumo and Scott Minto are guiding us through the weekend action. Leicester City fans held an all-night beach party in Southend after being crowned as League One champions. But the manager, Nigel Pearson, is already looking ahead to next season. Dominic Johnson reports.
Leicester fans suffered their darkest day last May when they were relegated to the third tier of English football for the first time in 124 years. But the appointment of Nigel Pearson has been a masterstroke, and the Foxes arrived at Southend knowing that with a win, they were up.
With all fairness to League One, this club really belongs to higher level of football, and it's very important that we shake off the last season and look at it as a bad dream and go in and play the championship. Then we'll take it from there.
But they found it hard to get going against a Southend side who still had a slim chance themselves of making it into the playoffs. And it was the Shrimpers who had the best of the chances either side of half-time. Peter Clark was desperately close. And then after receiving the ball from Lee Barnard, Theo Robinson was within a whisker of scoring his 7th of the season. But the woodwork came to Southend's rescue as Leicester began to get back into the game, led by Matty Fryatt, whose silky skills could only find the wrong side of the post after waltzing his way through the Southend defence and round-keeper Steve Mildenhall. Paul Dickoff started for the Foxes after Steve Howard had been ruled out through illness, and it was Dickoff's determination that resulted in them getting a penalty. Referee Clive Penton correctly spotted a handball from Simon Francis. There was only ever going to be one man taking it, and in front of 2,000 travelling Leicester fans, Matty Fryatt kick-started the party with a calm, confident finish. And 12 minutes later, the visitors' nerves were well and truly calmed when Fryatt scored his 31st goal in what has been a phenomenal season by converting the rebound from Lloyd Dyer's free kick after not being picked up by on-loan Spurs defender Dorian De Veit. And with 2 games to spare, Leicester's season-long stay in League One was over. They were going back to the Championship as champions at the end of a campaign in which the players had set the standards for so long and also rewarded the faith placed in them by manager Nigel Pearson and Milan Mandaric. And after so many seasons struggling, it was finally time for everyone associated with Leicester to celebrate.
We're so pleased, throughout the whole of the club, the players, the staff and all the fans. It means so much, and to bounce back first time means a lot.
We had a terrible year last year with the relegation. The fans, didn't deserve it. We didn't play well last year, but hopefully this will erase it, and we can move on and hopefully push on towards the Premiership.
It needs something like this, and we all need it. All our supporters, they've been great. They stuck together with the club, with the team, with everyone, with us here. So I'm so delighted that they're getting their rewards.
There's 1,001 things going through my mind at the moment, but I think along with the relief is the pleasure that we've achieved the goals that we set out to achieve at the start of the season. So that's great.
Still miserable, but a great achievement though, isn't it, for Leicester City and for Nigel. I think you were at the game, Scott, weren't you?
Yeah.
Milan Mandaric after the match as well, that it had cost them £10 million being in League Two. So it was vital they get out as soon as possible.
It was, yeah. He's quite a demanding chairman, but if he's going to put that type of money in, then you can see why. And he's done really well getting Nigel Pearson in, because from the first kick back in August, there was a lot of pressure on him to make sure that Leicester went straight back up. So, he's done a really good job. When you got the likes of Matty Fryatt and Stephen Howard up there, Matty Fryatt, 31 goals this season, then you're always going to be in with a chance.
Yep, 30 and 31 at Southend for Matt Fryatt, taking them up, 26th in the league. He's been a revelation, hasn't he, this season?
He has. He's been fantastic. I mean, I played against him when he was at Walsall, and you could see he was a special talent. As I say, I was at this game. Southend actually had the better of it in the first half, and that was, without a doubt, the turning point. The angle I had at the time, I wasn't quite sure if it was, but he does kind of stick his arm out there, and you can understand why the referee's giving that. Matty Fryatt, he's so confident, he's going to put that away. There was a lot of pressure on him there, but, he just didn't shirk it at all, and there, 8 yards out, Lloyd Dyer would be a little bit disappointed that his free kick didn't go straight in. It's a good save onto the crossbar, but as I say, he's not going to miss them there, and he's a top striker.
And of course, getting out of League One is no easy feat, is it, Chris? As you will know.
Not at all. Not at all. It's I see you come up against a lot of good teams. Like I say, there's all squads are strong. Have that depth, and yeah, I think there was a lot of expectation on Leicester to kind of produce, and they've been up there a long time, and they've done that. They've got the results, got a good squad, good players, and no, it's thoroughly deserved.
Job done then for Leicester. The race is still on though to